it's me, it's Kathleen. Thanks for joining me again in Amelia B's Crafting World. If you look behind me, she's there. She's watching. She said turn me a little bit so I can see. There you go. She wants to participate. That's Amelia for you, always in the middle of something. Today we're going to be playing with paper mache clay. I think you're going to like it. There's a lot you can do with it. The only thing I want to say to you in advance is that when you make it and use it, you have to let it dry. So it's not instant gratification. You have to wait a while. For some of the pieces that I have on my stove of paper mache goodness, they're drying. Some have been there about a week. But it's okay. So I'll be right back and I'll show you the process. So this is what I ordered. It comes in a package with 2 of these paper mache clay vessels. Sure, good word. Inside there's a mixture, and it's honestly, it's very much like baby powder, and I'm going to take some of this mixture and I'm going to put it in my little plastic container. That way I can show you the process. And it comes out real well. And I have a little bit in here. It's just powder, and there are directions. I don't follow the directions, and the reason for that is the consistency that they recommend. I don't enjoy working with. I want it to be a little bit wetter, so I'm just adding a little bit of water. And I can always add more. And I'm just mixing it. That's it. That's all you have to do. I'm going to mix it a little bit more, and we're going to let the clay hydrate a little bit. I'm just going to use my hands now. Okay. That's all we have to do. I'll show you. So, what am I going to make with this? Well, it is the holiday season. I took a little bit out, and I'm going to form it into a ball. There's a little ball. Now, if I weren't doing this video, I might take a little bit extra care and time to form the ball better. And then I'm going to take a little bit more. I'm not going to take as much as I took last time, just a glob. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to place it on top of here. I don't have to glue this on. It is going to fuse together on its own. Okay? And now I'm going to get a little bit more and make an even smaller ball. I have a little bit too much there. Stuff is very forgiving. And I'm going to place that on top of this. Now, this is going to go on my stove, this little form, and it's going to sit there until it dries. That's it. You can make anything you want with this. I'll show you some examples in just a minute. While the clay, the paper mache clay, was still wet, just by the miracle of YouTube, I have one that's dry. I went ahead and I cut a pipe cleaner, and I just put it into the wet paper mache clay up here to show you that it's arms. And then I took an orange pipe cleaner and I tapered it at the end to give the appearance of a carrot nose. Come on, that's cute. Yeah, come on. You can't tell me that's not cute. So this is, we're going to work on this little guy in just a second. I know that you're going to look and go at this and go, what is that? Believe it or not, this is going to be a little pumpkin. I made these so I'd have them for next October, and this is going to be a little pumpkin. This is a little pumpkin cheeks, because we all know that pumpkins have little cheeks. So let me go ahead and get my glue, and we'll go ahead and get started. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to do that. If y'all think I'm organized, you would be mistaken. I'm not Martha Stewart. Not even a little bit. Like, she'd be afraid of me. She'd be super scared of me. She would. I'll see you in a second. So I have my little snowman, and I have a little container. I save these containers for water and glue and glitter and things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little snowman and I'm going to cover him in glue. If I get a little on the pipe cleaner, it is honestly, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine because it's going to dry clear. And I have a little, and I can hold him by his little arm and put more glue on. That's all. That's all we did is we just painted him with glue. It was nothing traumatic, nothing hard. This whole process is simple, and now we're going to put glitter on him. That's going to be fun. So I have a little bowl that I put glitter in, and I'm going to take my little guy and I'm going to hold him by his little arms, and I'm going to pick up my glitter and just start drizzling it on him. I do it this way. It contains the glitter, and the idea is that I'm not going to have glitter all over my house. That just doesn't happen. I always have glitter all over my house. But I can tell you that small children enjoy it. Give him a little bit of a shake. And there he is so far. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you some other things I did. So after I got him glittered and after he dried, I put a little hat on him. Now, all I did for the hat was I made a circle on a piece of felt. And then I fold the circle in half. I didn't cut this out, but I'm hoping you understand. I cut this out. I'm going to cut it out. I changed my mind. I want you to not be confused by anything I say, and the truth of the matter is I confuse myself all the time. So I don't want to do that to you. That would be sad. You'll be going, how'd she do that? So here's this little hat, or the little piece of felt that I cut out. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut that in half. Then what I'm going to do is fold this in half. Let me show you. I'm going to fold it in half, and it's going to be like this. And this is the side we want to seal. Now, you can use glue. I hand sew a lot of mine, and then it can be just glued on this little guy's head. That's it. We really only have one more step, and we're going to be done. I mean, it's pretty simple little project, but I think it gives a big bang. I have this little tiny bag of buttons, and I use these for many things that I make. But it is true that a snowman needs buttons. I'll give him little black eyes and little red buttons down his belly. There is one more thing that I want to do with him that I honestly forgot to mention. So I need to go get a paint thing. I'll be right back. Again, I saved these things. They're great. They're just great for me. I need some brown paint. We're going to age the snowman a little bit. Distress him, I guess, might be a better terminology. I just need a tiny little bit of brown paint. See? That's all. Just needed a little bit of brown paint. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to just dribble some water in here. And I'm going to just slightly grab a little of that brown paint and mix it in my water. I'm going to grab a little bit more. I want to make just a brown, not real dark, just a brown. Can you see? Just a slightly watered down brown wet mixture. I want to go around his nooks and crannies. I want to go around his neck. And you can see it just gives a little tiny bit of dimension, right? Now I'll go around his belly, because he got a belly. And it might dribble down a little bit, but it just gives him a little bit more dimension and makes him look. You can go around his arm a little bit. And then where I'm going to put his eyes is right up here. So I'm just gonna go here and maybe go down his nose a little bit. That's it. It just gives it a little bit more dimension to do that. It's a tiny little thing, but it does make a difference. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my glue and I'm going to put some above his nose. That's all I did. And I'm going to take my 2 black buttons and I'm going to put them on. You know what? One of these buttons is, I need a little bit more. No, there we go. Look. One of his buttons is blue and one's brown, but nobody said that was ever a problem. And another thing about snowmen, somebody said once that they had to have top hats. I disagree. This guy's got a silly fun like hat. Because he should, because it's a fun time. And that's what I want for him, is to have fun. I'm going to now take some more glue and just put it on his chest. Or his belly, whatever you prefer. And I'm going to add the 2 little red buttons. And certainly you can do whatever you want. This is a time for you to play and use your imagination. That is it. I could embellish him more. I could take some of this same pipe cleaner and wrap it around his head. I could put a little bow on his neck. I could put a candy cane in his hand. There's so many things I could do with this little guy, but I like him just like this. I am going to keep him just like this. He just needs to sit down, take a break, and dry. He just needs to dry for a while. Well, that's it. We made a snowman. We did. It wasn't hard. It wasn't complicated. None of the things that we used were expensive. I think it's a great gift. I think it's a great thing to have in your own home. I think that if you put a little string through his hat, you could write, "To Mama from Daughter" on the bottom and use it as a package topper. I think there's a lot of things that you could do with this little guy. I'd like to make an army of them. As a matter of fact, I have. You know, it's me. I'm really grateful for all the wonderful comments I got on the first video, even though it was pretty amateurish. Hopefully, I'll be able to improve all the things as we move forward. I do know I need to buy waterproof mascara because my mascara drips down my face. I know this from experience. I do. Bear with me. I also want to apologize for some of the background noises you might have heard. My husband is in hospice care and we have people in and out quite frequently, and it's just the way it is, and it's just how we do here. And Amelia B says thank you for watching us, and I want to thank you all again for joining me at Amelia B's Crafting World. You be careful out there and take care. See you soon.